Namaskar and welcome to FY students in this lecture about the topic or unit number first, that is ecological factors and adaptations. In that we have seen the ecological factors. Now we are discussing the ecological adaptations. Previously you have studied the concept of plant adaptations and the one of the type, that is hydric adaptations. Now we will discuss the xerophytic adaptations. So let us see what type of adaptations these xeric plants acquire to survive in the environment. In previous lecture we have seen the concept of plant adaptation, and now we are discussing the different types of the adaptation. In previous lecture we have seen the hydrophytic or hydric adaptations of the plant in the aquatic environment. What are the different types or what are the mechanisms adapted by the plants to survive in the environment. Now in this lecture we will discuss the second type, that is xerophytic adaptations of the plants. So what is mean by xerophytes, or what are the xerophytes? Xerophytes or xerophytic plants are the plants which grow in dry habitat, or we can say xeric condition, where the availability of the water is very less. Xeric habitat, that means places where water is not present in adequate or sufficient quantity. Xerophytes are the characteristic plants of deserts or semi desert areas. म्हणजेच वाळवंटी भागामध्ये या वनस्पती ज्या आहेत, किंवा यांना आपण निवडुंग वर्गीय काटेरी झुडपाच्या काटेरी झुडपे असं आपण यांना म्हणू शकतो. Xerophytes can also grow in mesophytic condition, that means the intermediate conditions where the availability of water is in the optimum condition. Then the xerophytes can tolerate, what they tolerate we will see in the next slide. They can adapt to extreme dry condition. Then they can adapt to the low humidity or low moisture content, as well as high temperature they can tolerate, as well as they can tolerate the high wind flow. Three types of xeric habitats occur on the earth. First one is the physically dry habitat. That means the water retaining capacity of the soil is very low and climate is dry. The example is desert. या वाळवंटी भागामध्ये जी माती असते किंवा सॉइल जी आहे, तर तिची पाणी धरून ठेवण्याची क्षमता ही खूपच कमी असते. अशा भागाला फिजिकली ड्राय हॅबिटॅट असं म्हणतो आपण. हा पहिला प्रकार आहे झेरिक हॅबिटॅटचा. देन द सेकंड टाइप इज फिजियोलॉजिकली ड्राय habitat. That means water is present in excess or more, but not in the absorbable conditions, or the plants cannot absorb it. For example, the high salt water, high acidic water, and high cold water, water as a snow. Then the third type, that is physically and physiologically dry. That means the water present as mist plants cannot absorb water from the atmosphere directly. The example is mountain slope. डोंगर उताराच्या ज्या भागामध्ये अशा अशा प्रकारचे हॅबिटॅट जे आहेत हे आपल्याला बघायला मिळतात. सो दीज आर दी 3 डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ दी xeric habitats which are occur on the earth. Now the examples of the xerophytes. There are 3 different types: ephemeral xerophytes, succulent xerophytes, and non-succulent xerophytes. So we can see the one by one the 3 different types. That is, ephemeral xerophytes, they are short-lived xerophytes. The examples are Tribulus terrestris, Trianthema monogyna, Carthamus, Oxyacantha. So the ephemerals, which are short-living xerophytes, they are in Marathi the Tribulus terrestris is called Gokhru, Trianthema is called Ghetuli, or we can say पांढरी घेटुळी सुद्धा यामध्ये येते. त्यानंतर कार्थॅमस जे आहे त्याला करडई असं म्हणतात. Then the second type, that is succulent xerophytes, that means they plants with fleshy and succulent parts. There are 2 types, that is succulent with fleshy stem. These particular succulent fleshy stem plants are having examples: the opuntia, that means in Marathi we call it as nivdung. Then the another spiny cactus, that is echinocactus. Then the Euphorbia royaliana, we can also say it, we can call it in Marathi sher or dudhi is the common Marathi name for this Euphorbia royaliana. Then these are belongs to succulent with fleshy stem. Now the another type, that is succulent with fleshy leaves. That means the leaves are of these plants are fleshy in appearance. They also called as Malacophilous xerophytes. The examples are aloe, म्हणजे आपली मराठीत कोरफड जी आहे तर तिला aloe म्हणतात. अगेव ह्याला घायपात असं म्हणतात. Then another examples are Peperomia, Haworthia, Bryophyllum, Kalanchoe. आता हे जे आहेत Bryophyllum, Kalanchoe ह्यांना पानफुटी असं आपण म्हणतो. हे these belongs to succulent with fleshy leaves. आता कोरफड किंवा पानफुटीच्या पानांवरून तुम्हाला फ्लेशी या शब्दाचा अर्थ कळाला असेल. Now the third type, that is non-succulent xerophytes. They are having the examples. First one is the Nerium. In Marathi we call it Kanher. Then the second example, Casuarina. Then one of the gymnosperm, Pinus. Then Calotropis. In Marathi we call it as Rui. Then the another gymnosperm, that is Ephedra. And finally the pteridophyte Equisetum. The photographs you can see in this slide, out of which the Calotropis, Nerium, Pinus, one of the gymnosperm, you can easily see these particular plants in our area easily. Now, what are the strategies of these xerophytic plants for the adaptation? That we see one by one. First one, to absorb as much of water as they can get from the surrounding. Whatever the medium through which they absorb the water as much as possible. Then the second strategy, to retain water in their organ for very long time. the example is aloe or कोरफडीमध्ये आपल्याला कोरफडीच्या पानांमध्ये आपल्याला भरपूर फ्लेशी याच्यामध्ये वॉटर कंटेंट जे आहे ते आपल्याला भरपूर प्रमाणात बघायला मिळतं. टू रिड्यूस दी वॉटर लॉस बाय ट्रान्सपिरेशन टू मिनिमम. Then the final strategy, that is to prevent high consumption of water for the any physiological process. They prevent the high consumption of the water. Then the classification of xerophytes. Xerophytes are classified on the basis of their drought resisting power into three main types, that is drought escaping, drought enduring, and drought resistant. Now what are the drought escaping plants? They are short-lived plants. As we have seen in previous slides, the examples: short-lived plants, short-lived xerophytic plants, ephemerals or short-lived. They complete their life cycle within few weeks. These are the drought escaping plants. For that, to escape from the drought condition, they having short life cycle. They survive in the critical dry period as seed or propagules. They have hard and resistant fruit walls and seed coat for protecting the embryo from extreme dry conditions. Then these plants germinate suddenly in the favorable condition. Whenever they get the favorable condition, they suddenly get germinated. Then they are usually short sized plants in which the flowering and fruiting occur before the next unfavorable season. The examples are Astragalus, आर्टिमिसिया. आर्टिमिसियाला आपण मराठीत दवना असं म्हणतो, जो ज्योतिबाच्या डोंगरावरती आपल्याला भरपूर प्रमाणात पाहायला मिळतो. देन दी ट्रायबुलस अँड मोस्ट ऑफ दी grasses, they are drought escaping plants. Now you have got the idea from the examples how these plants escape from the drought condition. Then the second type, drought enduring plants. They are small sized plants that have the capacity to endure or tolerate the drought condition. As they have the small size, they can resist the drought condition or tolerate or endure the drought condition. These plants usually do not show any xerophytic adaptation. Most of the individuals in the population will die in the unfavorable season. The surviving ones contribute to the next generation. Then the last type, that is drought resistant plants. Now they have strategies like they are the true xerophytic plants that can resist the drought conditions. These are the actual xerophytic plants. They develop adaptations to resist the extreme temperature and drought. On the basis of water storing capacity, xerophytes are classified into two main groups, that is succulent xerophytes. They can store water in the plant body. The example, aloe or the fleshy xerophytic plants. Then the non-succulent xerophytes, they are also called true xerophytes. Now the xeromorphic versus the xeroplastic characters. Plants show two types of xerophytic characters or adaptations. What are they? The xeromorphic and xeroplastic. So what are the xeromorphic? Xeromorphic characters are fixed xerophytic characters. These characters appear in the xerophytes irrespective of environmental condition. The example is sunken stomata in cycas. Some cactoid euphorbias जे आहेत तर त्यांच्यामध्ये सनकन स्टोमाटाज जे आहेत हे प्रेझेंट असतात. नाउ दी झिरोप्लास्टिक characters are induced by drought conditions in the plant. That means purposefully or due to drought conditions ह्या these xerophytic characters जे आहेत हे एक्सप्रेस होतात. These characters only appear in plants when they are challenged by the xeric conditions. These characters are not genetically fixed and thus they are not inherited to the next generation. Now what are the xerophytic adaptations of the plants? Xerophytic characters shown by plants can be grouped into following three categories. First category is the morphological adaptations. Second, anatomical adaptations. Third, physiological and reproductive adaptations. Now we can see one by one the morphological adaptations of the xerophytes. So what are the roots of the xerophytes? In case of the roots of the xerophytes, root system is well developed in true xerophytes. So now what are the true xerophytes? You can check in the previous slides. They are adapted to reach the area where water is available and to absorb water as much as the possible. Roots will be profusely branched and more elaborate than their stem. These are the characters of the morphological characters of the roots. Most of the roots in xerophytes are perennial म्हणजे बहुवर्षीय and they survive for many years. Root grow deep in the soil and they can reach a very high depth in the soil. म्हणजे अगदी खोलवर ह्या प्लांटची झेरोफायटिक प्लांटची मुळं जी आहेत ही खोलवर जातात. रूट सरफेस इज प्रोव्हाइडेड विथ डेन्स रूट हेअर्स फॉर वॉटर अँड मिनरल ॲब्सॉर्प्शन. म्हणजे खोलवर जातातच त्याचबरोबर ह्या रूटच्या सरफेसवरती हेअर्स जे आहेत जे लहान मुळं जी आहेत ही पाणी आणि पोषक द्रव्य जे आहेत मातीमधून ही ॲब्सॉर्ब करून घेतात. Now how this particular stem of these xerophytes? Stem woody and hard in some xerophytes. Stem usually green and photosynthetic म्हणजे प्रकाश संश्लेषणाची प्रक्रिया जी आहे ह्या झाडांच्या खोडामध्ये सुद्धा होत असते. Stem is covered with thick cuticle, wax and silica. Example is the pteridophyte equisetum. In many plants, the stem is covered with the dense hairs. The example is Calotropis or Rui. Stem modified into thorn in the ulex. This is the example of the one of the plants. Stem is modified into thorn. यांच्यामध्ये काट्याच्या स्वरूपात मॉडिफिकेशन होतं स्टेमचं. The example is ulex. Succulent and bulbous xerophytes can store water in their stem. The examples are cactus, echinocactus we have seen in previous slide. They are having the succulent and bulbous round shaped xerophytes and some species of the euphorbia. They are having the succulent and bulbous form of nature of the stem. Stem may be modified into phylloclades, cladophylls or cladodes. Now what are these phylloclades, cladodes and cladophylls? We can see one by one. Phylloclades, these are the stem modified into flattened leaf-like organ. The example is Muehlenbeckia. This is in this picture on the right side. You can see what are the phylloclades in the Hamalocladium Platycladium, or the synonym is Muellclaim-Beckia, in which the stem is modified into flat leaf-like organ. In this picture, first picture, you can see the flat stem of the Muellclaim-Beckia. The cladode, many axillary branches become modified into small needle-like green structures which look like exactly like leaves. आता ह्याचं जे एक्झाम्पल आहे तर ते आहे शतावरी जे आहे तर शतावरीची पानं जी आहेत ही these leaves, many axillary branches becomes modified into small needle-like green structures which look like exactly like the leaves. शतावरी जी आहे तर तिच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला अशा प्रकारची रचना जी आहे क्लॅडोड नावाचे जे काही स्टेम मॉडिफिकेशन जे आहे हे आपल्याला बघायला मिळतं. फायनली दी क्लॅडोफिल्स ब्रांचेस डेव्हलप्ड इन द axil of the scale leaves becomes metamorphosed to leaf-like structure. That is, the example is Ruscus. In the picture, Ruscus hypoglossum, you can see the cladophylls on the leaves. Leaves of the xerophytes. How these particular leaves look like? Leaves usually absent in the xerophytes. If leaves are present, usually they are caducous or caducous, that is fall off easily, म्हणजे लगेच गळून पडतात. Most of the cases the leaves are modified into spines or scales, that is casuarina. Leaf may modified into phyllodes in some plants. Phyllodes is the leaf petiole or rachis modified, flattened into leaf-like organ. The example is acacia. You can see the phyllodes in the previous slide. Now, what are the anatomical adaptations of the xerophytes? In case of the xerophytes, the anatomically roots, the picture of casuarina stem or anatomical section of the transverse section of the casuarina stem is on the right side. The root hairs are well developed in the xerophytes. Root with well developed root cap. In case of the asparagus, the roots become fleshy and store plenty of the water. In Calotropis, root cells are with very rigid cell wall. Now the stem of the xerophytic plants. In succulent xerophytes, the stem possesses water storing region. Epidermis is well developed and with thick walled compactly packed cells. Cuticle is very thick and well developed over the epidermis. Hypodermis is several layered. Often a hypodermis will be sclerenchymatous. The example is casuarina. Stomata are present on the stem for gaseous exchange and the transpiration. Here you can see the transverse section of the casuarina. Note the thick cuticle, sclerenchymatous hypodermis, palisade-like collenchyma in the stem, and well-developed vascular bundles are seen in the casuarina stem. Now again the casuarina stem characters in this section or transverse section. Stomata are sunken type and usually situated in pits provided with the hairs. The example is casuarina. Vascular tissue is well developed with prominent xylem and phloem components which are water and food conducting. In most of the xerophytes, the bark will be well developed and thick. Many oil and resin canals are present in the bark. Most of the cases, the stem will be photosynthetic and contains chlorenchymatous cells in the outer cortex. In the stem of casuarina, the chlorenchymatous cells are readily elongated and palisade-like tissue in appearance. Here in the transverse section, the different parts, that is epidermis, hypodermis. On the epidermis, the thick cuticle you can observe, then chlorenchyma or the palisade like layer is present, and finally the sunken stomata are also observed in the Casuarina stem transverse section. Now in case of the leaf, epidermis of the leaf is thick and may be multi-layered. Thick cuticle present over the outer tangential wall of the epidermal cell. In some plants, the epidermal cells can store water. In some monocots, म्हणजे एकदल ज्या वनस्पती आहेत, some epidermal cells are larger than rest of the cells. These cells are called bulliform cells. Bulliform cells are motor cells and they assist in the leaf rolling to reduce the transpiration. That means evaporation of the water is avoided by the reducing the rate of transpiration. Here in the transverse section of grass leaf, you can observe the stomata, bulliform cell, mesophyll, the water conducting tissue xylem, food conducting tissue phloem, and the bundle sheath. In case of the leaf, hypodermis usually present in Pinus, the gymnosperm. The hypodermis is sclerenchymatous. Mesophyll is well developed in xerophytic leaves. Many layered palisade tissue is also present. Spongy tissue is less developed in the xerophytes with less intercellular spaces. Leaves of aloe or corpod जे आहे that in that have water storing region is in the mesophyll region. Stomata are reduced in number and are situated only on the lower surface side of the leaves, that is hypostomatic leaves. Hypo means on the lower side. Stomata are sunken type and usually situated in the pits with the hairs. Vascular tissue is well developed in plenty of xylem elements. Mechanical tissue well developed in the leaves of xerophytes or xerophytic plants. Transfusion tissue, if present, will be developed for the lateral condition. So these are the adaptations in the leaves of the xerophytic plants. आता ह्या झिरोफॅटिक प्लांट्स मध्ये फिजिओलॉजिकल अडॅप्टेशन्स कोणकोणते आहेत ते आपण बघू. स्ट्रक्चरल मॉर्फोलॉजिकल adaptations of xerophytic plants are well situated to survive in the drought condition. Xerophytic plants are reported to contain pentosan polysaccharide which are reported to offer resistance against the drought condition. One of the carbohydrate pentosan is present in these xerophytic plants to offer resistance against the drought condition. Many xerophytes show crassulacean acid metabolism cycle. In camp plants, the stomata will be closed at the daytime to avoid the rate of transpiration. Stomata open during the night and they absorb enough carbon dioxide for the photosynthesis. The absorbed carbon dioxide is converted into malic acid and stored in the vacuole of the cells. The malic acid increases the osmotic concentration of the cells and this enables the closure of stomata in the daytime. So due to this crassulacean acid metabolism, the transpiration is avoided in the xerophytic plants. So for that purpose they develop this mechanism, that means the closure of the stomata at the daytime. Some enzymes such as catalase and peroxidase are more active in the xerophytes. Amylase enzyme in the xerophytes is more efficient in the hydrolysis of the starch than mesophytes. Xerophytes can regulate the rate of transpiration. They ensure the reduced rate of transpirational loss of water by thick cuticle, distribution of stomata in the lower side of lip, sunken type of stomata, and positioning of stomata with in pits with many hairs. In that particular section in the previous slide, you can see the stomata in pits with many hairs. Now, the xerophytic plants possesses high osmotic concentration of the cell sap. Thus, cells have high osmotic pressure. High osmotic pressure increases the turgidity of the cell. Turgidity exerts tension force, turgor pressure on the cell wall. Due to this high turgor pressure, the wilting of cells is prevented by the extreme heat. High osmotic concentration also ensure the rapid and effective absorption of water. Tissue of the succulent possesses mucilage to hold large amount of water. Loss of high proportion of body mass with rapid recovery when water is available. Produce brightly colored, large and showy flowers for attracting pollination agents. Cactoid plants produce large amount of minute seeds. Seeds are with thick seed coat for protection. Seed surface also possesses mucilage substance to absorb and hold the water when it is available. Some plants quickly complete their life cycle before the unfavorable condition. Efficient pollination mechanism by moths, bats and birds. So these are the physiological adaptations. Overall, you have got the idea about these xerophytic plants, how these particular xerophytic plants adapt themselves with the different mechanisms that we have seen, and what is the actual nature of these plants we have seen in this particular lecture. So this is all about this particular today's lecture. Thank you.